Hi, welcome guys, it's Mike Newton, and please do not adjust your television sets or your computer. We are actually outside. And now I know this is a bit of a rare occurrence, as probably most of the videos, well pretty much every video I've done up to now is being inside the Swing Studio. So I thought it's quite a nice winter's day here in the UK. I thought I'd give it a good chance here, get out and give you some bunker tips. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to run like a series of bunker videos here, just covering different sort of shots that you might experience out on the golf course when you visit a bunker. Okay, so this video first of all is just to really give you the absolute basics of just getting out of a bunker. Okay, now obviously within the rules of golf we're not allowed to make contact with that sand with the club prior to the shot, obviously only through impact. So what I want to try and sort of get you to understand here, the importance of a bunker shot and how to execute it correctly, is the point of entry of the club in interacting with the ground, or interacting with the sand should I say. So we've just got like a greenside bunker shot here in front of us. So what we're going to try and do here is enter the sand maybe 1 inch or 2 inches behind the golf ball. At the moment this sand is quite wet and compact. We've had quite a lot of rain here recently, so it's quite sort of wet and compact, this sand. But we want to try and enter it about 1 inch or 2 behind the golf ball and sort of exit the sand about sort of 6 to 8 inches past the ball. Okay, so we don't actually hear that hard clunk of golf ball striking the club face. And this is what a lot of golfers generally find, is the strike pattern is quite varied. So they're getting some shots where there's too much sand and the ball just doesn't get out of the bunker. Other shots is where there's no sand at all. You hear that hard clunk of ball hitting the metal and off the ball flies across the green. Okay, so point of entry is really key here. So I'm just going to play a shot for you here. Okay, so I'm just going to open my stance slightly in relation to my target. So I'm going to go towards that yellow flag here. So there's my target. Stance is open in relation to that target. Ball position is just slightly forward in the stance. Okay, and I'm going to aim the club face at my target, my yellow flag. Okay, I'm then just going to try and make a nice, long, committed swing through the shot. Make sure that club enters the sand and actually comes out. The follow through is key here. I want to make a good follow through. I'm just going to try and splash the ball out of the bunker here. Okay, let me just give it this one a go. Okay, so that was quite a nice strike there. Really nice high floaty shot with a lot of control and a lot of spin on that golf ball. So just give you a little close up here. I've just obviously got the ball lying in the bunker here. So what I'm trying to do here is to enter the sand sort of in that position here. So the club's going to go into the sand here. There's going to be that layer of sand between the club face and the golf ball. So that's where you don't hear that clunky noise of the ball hitting the actual club face. And then the club's going to go through the sand and probably exit somewhere out past here. Okay, so it's like you're just sliding the club under and through and make sure that club exits out of the sand. Obviously we've got bounce angle, which I'm going to talk to you a little about in a minute, but this is the concept here, and this point here is crucial. Okay, so some bunkers might not have a lot of sand, so this point of entry might need to get close to the golf ball. Okay, sometimes bunkers with more sand may need to go sort of further back. Okay, but generally that sort of two inches or so behind the ball is a really good area to sort of enter the sand. As long as there's some acceleration there, some commitment through the shot, that'll get the club exiting sort of that good at 8-10 inches past the golf ball. Okay, that was a nice shot. So just mentioned the word bounce before. Now a lot of golfers always ask me the question, what is bounce? You know, what does that actually do in a golf club? Now there's a lot of talk with a lot of the brands, you know, Cleveland, Titleist, all the big sort of wedge brands about bounce, 2 dot, 1 dot, 3 dot. Then got different grinds, low grind, mid grind, full grind. It's basically this angle at the bottom. So at the bottom of the golf club here, this back edge of the wedge will sit lower than that front edge. It's quite hard to sort of show you on camera here. I have done a video separate on the Cleveland RTX 3 wedges and different grinds and maybe which sort of player they're more suited to. So please go and check that video out for more in-depth talk about grinds. But basically the bounce of the golf club, we need to use that bounce. It's there for a reason. Okay, there's more bounce on your sand wedge lofts, so like your 54s, your 56s. As standard will have more bounce. You then have options to go even more bounce than that, depending on your action and depends on the type of bunkers you generally play at your golf course. But basically bounce is your friend. We need to use that bounce to our advantage. So you've got to try and feel, this is a really good tip here, you've got to feel like the bounce of the club is hitting the base of the bunker. It's going to get that club sort of bouncing back out and back out of the sand to play the shot correctly. So I want you to try and feel, maybe get in a practice bunker like this, an experiment, and try and feel like you're slapping the sand. Okay, that's probably the best way to describe it, is just slapping it with that back edge of the sole of your sand wedge. Okay, whatever you do, don't let that leading edge go in first, okay, because then you lose all your bounce and you just get a real digging action into the golf ball. So I'm just going to make a couple of shots here, practice swings next to this ball, and just listen to the sound here. Okay, your divot should be quite shallow and long. Okay, and you're just going to feel that sort of slappy sort of sound is probably the best way to describe it, and that's using that bounce. You'll start to feel that now. You're aware of it. You'll start to feel it. Okay, and the ball just really lifts out quite softly and lands softly. Okay, you probably like that one. I just hold there. That doesn't happen often, but that was quite nice. Obviously, you saw quite a bit of water splash out there. It is very wet, as you can see with this puddle behind us. Okay, so yeah, just really sort of recap on the shots here, and the key things that we're trying to do is that point of entry into the sand has got to be 1 or 2, maybe 3 inches behind that golf ball, depending on your surface and your conditions. Okay, then keep that club going forward, using that bounce. Listen for that slappy sort of sound that you might get, especially when it sounds wet like it is now. That sounds even louder. When obviously the sand's soft, you won't hear that as much, but you're going to feel that sort of thuddy, slappy sort of sound as you come through the golf shot. Okay, and then just keep that club working forward. Don't decel and dig, okay, because that gets that leading edge entering the sand. Use the bounce, get the club working forward, and let it pop out the bunker. Okay, I hope you found that interesting, guys. Please use these tips and comment down below. Let me know how you've got on. Go and invest a little bit of time in a bunker like this. Bunkers, hopefully we don't go in them, but obviously we do. You know, sometimes the ball's like a magnet and it does go in them, and when we do go in them, we need to sort of know what we're doing fundamentally in the technique to try and help that escape a little bit more better. Okay, please comment down below. Let me know how we get on. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hopefully we'll see you all very soon.